Good morning, ma.
Good morning. Is this still good morning or afternoon?
Oh, good day.
It is good day, yes. Lovely to see you, Arthur.
Same here. We just saw you having a press conference, but I'm always roaming around as an ordinary citizen, and I just want to find out what is this thing about?
Okay, we were launching the Gauteng Integrity Pact, and it's sort of a blueprint where businesses have to affirm that whatever information they've given to government is correct, and that they have not bribed government officials, and they will not bribe government officials. There's no conflict of interest involved, and that also that should they have provided incorrect information or should they do something wrong, they will be bound by this pact, which means then they're not just going to be bound by any law they broke. They'll be bound by this pact, which means we don't have to wait for the police to hold them accountable.
But one would say the National Treasury has always had such rules. Why Gauteng is excluding themselves from the National Treasury?
No. Gauteng can't exclude itself from National Treasury. So the laws of the land will apply, Treasury rules will apply. This is an additional measure. In New York City, they've got this, they call it a probity pledge. It's where you're saying the information I'm giving you is correct, but I take responsibility for anything I may have done wrong. So it's like an additional contract beyond the tender contract. And it makes it easier not to wait for the Auditor-General to enforce the Treasury rules or the courts to enforce the criminal law, because corruption is a crime, because this is an ethical enforcement. And if there's been any weakness in our country, it's been the enforcement of ethics. People always say, oh no court of law has found me guilty yet. So now you won't be able to say that.
Why now and why Gauteng?
Why Gauteng? Because Premier Panyaza Lesufi, stepping into the footsteps of Premier David, have always believed that you've got to do everything really to make this province work. It is the engine of the South African economy, and if Gauteng doesn't work, South Africa can't work.
And how do you send the message out there to all the suppliers that will be working with government?
That's why we had this event today, and these business big guns were here. They are going to make sure that their membership gets to know. There was BBC, which is Black Business Council, Business Leadership South Africa, the NBI, which is for small business people, and there were various stakeholders. The NBI has also committed to going out there to spread the gospel. I personally, in my own capacity at Stellenbosch University, have also had the opportunity to spread the gospel, and also using the Tuma Foundation. But to you, Arthur, kind enough to take this interview, because then you're going to spread this gospel to small business people, because, of course, if people don't know, they will violate the pact. But firstly, they won't get the tender unless they sign the pact.
I was about to say that,
Yes.
that there has to be some sort of enforcement through membership or through something, so that people understand the importance of this, because sometimes when there's enforcement, that's when we are forced to do it.
Exactly. In fact, I've forgotten all of the other TV channels to say you won't get a tender unless you sign this. And if you sign this, then you're bound by its terms. And you can't say, oh, no, I'm waiting for the criminal justice system. You will be held accountable. The tender will be cancelled. And if you have to pay back the money, you will have to pay back the money, and you will be blacklisted purely on the basis of this pact.
That's what I wanted to hear. And your role here?
Well, my role is, firstly, this process, I was part of kickstarting it by giving a seminar to the Gauteng government many years ago on really transforming the ethical culture of an organization and of the state, which is what this is all about. But I'm a member of the Gauteng Advisory Council, Ethics Advisory Council. We call ourselves GIEC, and I lead the work stream on forensic investigations.
Congratulations, Ma. Ethics. Thank